Hello. This is another one of my older replays. Um, when I knew a lot less about the game. Oh gosh, it's this interface. I must remember to change this anyway. The map is Frost. I am a buddy in the top right, red Terran, and my opponent is a blue Terran, bottom right. Yes, and so this game was my first ever game against a platinum. I can't remember exactly what league I was in at the time, but regular viewers will know that I spend a fair time dancing around between leagues, dancing around between MMRs, and the like. I'll just speed the beginning up. As the habit of mine very often is, just put the supply depot close by. Very often I actually put it in the path between the command center and the Vespian geyser, because you can then just lower it and it's kind of out of the way. CC first, again, as is my habit. Some people punish it, some people don't, but the barracks goes down next. What I've done is I've pulled the barracks a bit further away, so that it kind of confuses him a bit as to, because that building's further away, he doesn't know where the next building might be. He's gone very standard. Wall off, lift it off, do the reactor. Yeah, very standard, solid play. And I've gone for my cheeky play. The bunker. Wow, normally I have it, nowadays I have it actually touching the command center just so that it covers more harass onto the mineral line. Because now Banshee can be anywhere around here, directly over the workers. So he's checking my progress. He now sees that I have a bunker up and running. And if you wouldn't mind, build me an orbital, dear chap. Alright, taking the third gas because I like to mech it up. This appears to be still quite early in the evolution of my build order, because I am double barracksing. So this chap, 111, I'm getting ready to expand. Knowing me, expansion will be not far off. I have a 5 worker lead currently, and 2 CCs with 2 mules to work on. My spending then appears to be so much better than my spending now. Of course, I do have a slight deficit in army. He's going for an early push. The question is, what's the SCV doing there? Is it there to build a bunker? You see, currently now in my build, I do like those marauders. Thank you. It just negates those Hellions. Those Hellions now do not have long to live. If I remember correctly, I do a miss micro here. Alright, take most of the workers away. Please target down the Hellions. No, not the Marines, the Hellions. Oh. You see, and there is the miss micro. I put them back to work, assuming I'm going to have cleared them up. But you need to know to target the correct units to the correct units. Get your Hellions on the Get your Marauders on the Hellions, and your Marines can clear up the Marines. So I do believe that this was the time that I was practicing ghost play. Get your injured units in the bunker, nice and safe, until you have your medevacs out. So that's why I went 2 barracks with 2 tech labs, because I'm practicing ghost play. Or at least that's the plan. I'm going to say finally, he's finally getting his natural sorted. I now only have a 2 worker lead, or with my 3rd base going up. I don't see that as much of an issue. Wow, he killed 12 workers. Good on him. I do need to keep an eye out, actually, because I do give a little bit of aggression out myself. I'm just looking forward to seeing what the ghosts do. I vaguely remember the game. Researching cloak before nuke. Fair enough. Now 2 marauders in the depot. I'm looking forward to the medevac coming out and giving my poor chaps a bit of health. I can only assume that this turret is just meant to slow them down. To slow down anyone coming in. I'm no master at spending, and this platinum chap certainly is no master at spending. You normally expect a solid macro from a plat, and generally they have streams of stuff coming along. I recently been training with this master, and it is so annoying. So annoying, so annoying because the units just don't stop coming. You don't get any peace. You see, all of this time, well, it's so peaceful. I can fast forward it. All of this time is so peaceful. You get to build up your own army. You get to choose your composition rather than be forced into just pumping out whatever you can. So I got a Banshee. I guess that's what I mean about choosing your composition. Before that medevac, there's 2 there that really want to be healed. Alright, scanned by blue, he's going to be ready to push again. No upgrades. There is the tech lab. But where these want to drop, we will see. And so, armies. So active forces, I have the edge. But of course mine is hidden in a Banshee and a couple of tanks. You drop on top of that tank, that's pretty much dead. Good. Realising that base doesn't have long to live if he drops. Please cloak. Lovely. And Ghost doing marvellous work. So most of the drop cleaned up. Or half the drop cleaned up. No, it's fair enough to see most. Do I see where to go? Do I? No. It's a long way for that army to walk. But good news is you can just pull these workers and put them on the 3rd. Is that what I do? I lift. Now, I like this basically this function. You lift up and the workers go on their own. You don't need to tell them to go. Obviously, a few of them kind of stayed to still be mining. But let's see where they go. Do need a bit more damage on these birds. We drop it into the 3rd again. Such a tease. But Banshee just going to continue to do its work. Tank. Yeah, you shoot at the command center. See how far that gets you. Now, I don't really know who came ahead there. Yeah, basically. Units lost-wise, I've come ahead, but the Platinum guy has macroed up as you expect them to, and he's continued to build units, whereas my own production has been somewhat wanting. But if that's 2 more racks online, we can start producing units anytime you're ready, buddy. And let's see what these existing forces have to say for themselves. This Banshee must have a nice lot of kills. 5 kills for the Banshee. Okay. Do we call that a doom drop? We call that one medevac's empty and one's only got 1 unit in it. That's a tank waiting to be poached. That's SCV's on a bad rally. So I'm going to slow it down to minimal, because this army is doing something, and this doom drop is being doomful. So need to just keep an eye on both. This slot, 7 kills to the Banshee now. This slot free to take out the natural, because one assumes that he thinks that this is a game-winning drop. Army values very much in favour of blue, but I take a little bit of pride in tank position. They're not quite this on the edge nowadays, but basically the tank position doing a lot of damage. Medevacs, of course, will repair the whole army, but 2 nice production facilities out the bottom will mean that I can get enough of an army against them. Oh, the Banshees come back, the whole army's come back. They took out a few depots. Enough to supply block. Blue. Are they just like mana mules, or are they repairing? They are repairing. Banshee on 9 kills, 10 health. He needs a scan. And he's got 1 dropship's worth of people left. But I feel as though the buddy active forces here are going to turn around, hopefully, anytime you're ready. This Banshee really does need a medal. I think in my next Terran game I'm going to be building a Banshee just because of this dude. Okay, so quick look at losses tab and production tab. I'm on the ball on production now. Expanded to a 4th. Excuse me. Because expanding is what I do, I want to have a quick look at income. Blues, now currently just not. He's pulling his workers to his natural. Could have left 1. 15 remaining. And the hero Banshee, he's going to get himself killed. He did get himself killed. But that base is basically oversubscribed. I wouldn't mind it, buddy, if you just turned around. Turn around, dude. It's not your day. Not yet. So the workers count is very much in favour of blue, but 3 orbitals, 4 orbitals, that's not really going to count for that much. These troops are going to die. Well, anyone suspects that red will have an income lead whenever red wants the income lead. Red has nice production facilities, blue has nice production facilities, but this isn't the time. This isn't the time for red to streak across the map. Having said that, blue going for a drop of his own. Blue not using his energy on his orbitals. Both of them basically full. He can do what he wants. Now, if a 5-ship doom drop didn't work, what makes you think a 3 dropship is going to work? It's a long time before this goes from their energy. So now he drops on that tank, and the other covering tanks had been taken out already. A little bit of focus fire would help no end. Yeah, red totally losing out on that battle. But again, a little bit of focus fire, yeah, and there's not a lot to this blue army. Red should be getting reinforcements by the minute. Quick look at upgrades again. Blue still doesn't have any. Red 2-1. Sorry, to speed it back up again. Same lift-off job, and you don't need to worry about putting SCVs back to work because they return. Obviously not an advanced technique, but it works for me, my low APM. And this is it, I kind of noticed in that when he dropped that my units didn't have stim ability, so I'm guessing I'm going to go in Wednesday. Oh wow, so this is a more convincing drop. Sending my troops out myself. Yeah, he's free to stim up. Incomes, as ever, reasonably similar. Active forces, blue has the advantage. And to be fair, Marine, Marauder, Medevac, when they're together, reasonably unstoppable. A couple of tanks would make me happy. But my force doing the same as his force in a base trade. Lovely Viking. If you can only just move the Viking to safety, keep picking off the dropships. You see now we're down to 4, quite damaged, a lot less soldiers as well. Meanwhile, this lot are still going to town, lots of health in that medevac, and they have stim. This lot going to town, there is still a bunker, there is still production, 1 production on the low ground. Blue looking like he's going to hold out for when this lot come downstairs. But at the moment, both players seemingly like, you can do what you want, I'll be fine. So long as this production stays safe, need to put up some new buildings. Here we go, these barracks. I'd like to see a starport, there's a factory, I'd like to see a starport as well. And just protect your production. So down here, the SCVs brought into the fight, but unfortunately they were stuck behind Marines and Marauders for most of the time. And with this 2-1, Blue Force is not lasting very long. So now the food count is pretty much the same, but there are 6 Marauders and 6 Marines in there, and there are 7 Marauders and 9 Marines in there. No focus firing done again. So now both of them, the timings of the ripping through each other's bases is the same. Supply not really an issue for either party at the moment. Red needing to marshal his troops somehow, and looks like the rally point means to gather as many troops together, because the ball of troops is what matters, but the upgrades here is what matters. So red supply blocked, blue very far from supply blocked, but blue now seeing the urgency to protect his base. The engineering bay no doubt to just make a planetary out of 1cc. Planetary could quite possibly hold against this set. Now the slightly bigger blue force being landed, but the superior upgrades to the red force, and red also having the stim and the reinforcements of Marines, and there's some mines. It's pretty much over now. Units, 4 dropships for blue, and that's it. And that was my first game against a plat, and it turned out to be a win. Very much not played in the style that I'm used to. Thanks for watching.